Hey everybody, how y'all doing? It's Steve coming at you. Hope you're having a great day. And I want to do this quick video to answer some of the comments I got about the video regarding me canceling my Disney Plus because of them hiring Colin Kaepernick. Now that's not why I canceled. It was just kind of a final straw. I'm pretty much done on Disney after what they did to Star Wars, and then all the the changes they're making to movies and the Disney Plus platform, and then some of the stuff they have on Disney Plus platform I don't necessarily think is kid friendly. And so that was kind of just the final straw for me, because Disney's heading down that woke train, especially they own ESPN. You might as well call it, as my boy Clay Travis, who's a sportscaster, calls it ESPN, because it really has taken a sincere left turn. It's really not about sports anymore. It's all about social justice, and they try and wrap sports around that theme. But I'm just kind of sick of Disney heading that path. So it was kind of the final straw for me, them hiring Colin Kaepernick to do their, some social awareness programming for ESPN. If you want to watch that video, please go in and watch it. Maybe I'll link it in the description. But I had a few people in the comments hitting me up how they're, well, good for you. When you leave Disney, I'll come in. Well, you have to wait till I leave. You can just go ahead and become a Disney Plus member now. Or, well, you don't understand. What have you done for the black community? Which, you know what? I'm willing to bet the people who say that are not black. I'm willing to bet you the people who say that are not black. Because how do you know what I've done for the black community? The only reason you even know anything about what Colin Kaepernick has supposedly said and done is because it's been publicized. But how do you know? Which just cracks me up in and of itself. I always thought that was kind of a weird argument, because I'm thinking, do these people know me? I don't think so. But you don't know what I've done for my community. You have zero idea. But aside from that, one of them is specifically was like, well, and I've heard this mantra, so it's not just this person in particular. I've gotten this from several people in different comments and different videos I've done, especially when I mentioned Colin Kaepernick. The Capernicks, as I call them, because they keep caping up for him, will always come out and say, well, he was never talking about the flag. That is false. So what I would like to do for the Capernicks, the people who kept drinking the Cap Kool-Aid, is tell you some things that he actually did. And why don't you go and Google these things to see if I'm telling you the truth? I doubt you will. Because people who really want to know the truth, people who don't really want to know the truth, won't go look it up, because they have a set mind frame, and the truth would scare them. Because it comes down to, in their subconscious, what if that guy was right? What if what he said is true? Then they have to look internally. Then it comes down to an introspection of how I feel the way I feel and why I feel the way I feel about certain things. And I understand. I had to go through this myself about 20 years ago, or a little over 20 years ago, in fact, when it came to my politics. I used to be on the left. And I had to do some introspection just based on some things that were happening around that time. In fact, it was the whole Clinton-Monica Lewinsky thing. And I had to really evaluate what my belief was, what I thought about that. I had small young children at the time, so thankful they had no idea what was going on and what that was all about. And I had to do some introspection and find out that a lot of the stuff I believed was untrue, that I had been hoodwinked, bamboozled, and led astray, and kind of straighten out my thinking a little bit. So I understand it's difficult. I didn't necessarily want to go that route myself, but I'm one of those people as I would prefer to know than not know or pretend that I know. I would just prefer to know. So with that in mind, here are some things that Colin Kaepernick actually said and did, okay? When he first started kneeling, and for whatever reason you want to say he was kneeling for, I think he was just pissed because he got benched. But for whatever reason you want to say he was kneeling for, it could be a combination that he started dating that one militant chick at the time, and he just started getting the Afro thing going and getting militant himself. But he said, when he was first asked about it, I am not going to stand and take pride in a flag for a country that oppresses black and brown people. He made it about the flag. He said the word flag. That he was not going to stand and take pride in a flag for a country that oppresses black and brown people. Go look it up. That's what he said. So miss me with all this. He never made it about the flag. He started the whole flag controversy. That's on CK. He did that. Okay? He actually did wear socks depicting pigs as cops. He actually did do that. That is something he did. That is a for real thing. He also equated the police to modern day slave catchers. This stuff is all, Google is out there. You can go look it up yourself. He also, in an interview, because he was wearing a shirt, I think it had Malcolm X on it, and Fidel Castro, the meeting, and he was asked, this was in Florida before 49ers were in Florida to play Miami. He was asked by a Cuban reporter why he was wearing the shirt, and he initially tried to tell this reporter, I think his name's Armando Seguero, initially tried to tell the reporter, it's not a Fidel Castro shirt. Even though Fidel Castro is probably seen on the shirt with Malcolm X. Okay. But then after that didn't work, he went on to say, Castro did some good things. The literacy rate in Cuba was way up. And I'm thinking, it actually pissed off the Cuban reporter. You can go look this up as well. And this shows you the ignorance of young progressives. They have zero idea of what the real history is around what happened. Castro was a thug and a dictator and killed people and had them stood up against walls and shot people with firing squads up against walls. Yeah, he did that for real. He allowed that to happen in his country to keep the insurrections from brewing up, because it was all about communism, baby. Communism. That's why to this day there's still cars in Cuba that look like they're from the 50s and 60s. To this day. And Castro's been dead for a few years now, but it's still a commie country. So Kaepernick did those things. Now you can choose to go research and say, is this guy for real? Is Steve actually telling the truth? Or he's just making this up. He's a hater. He hates his own race. He's never really dealt with any real racism. First of all, let me get to that. Y'all can miss me with that, because I am sure I'm older than most of you fake-ass black folks who pretend like you've dealt with some real racism when it's actually mostly in your mind. I have dealt with real racism. For real. Born and raised in the 60s in Georgia. I have dealt with real racism. And not just in Georgia, by the way. I've lived in different areas around the country and lived in different countries around the world. Not just in Georgia. So miss me with all this, he's never dealt with any real racism. I've dealt with a lot more real racism than the fake racism some of y'all have dealt with, thinking people are oppressing you when you're some of the most privileged, spoiled, brat generation on the planet. That is a fact. You have a lot more amenities than we ever had growing up, and you have a lot less appreciation for them. You're spoiled. That's the problem. So, and Kaepernick's in that same boat. He's just biracial, trying to find himself, can't quite grasp the whole black thing, and he took it way over the edge. It's okay to be black without being militant. It is okay. And he just took it to a whole nother level. And so, for those of you who think I'm making this stuff up about him, rather than feeling it in your heart so you can pull it out of your ass, why don't you go do some actual research and see what the man actually said, what he's actually done, the kind of gestures he's made to show that he is not down for the struggle. He'll pretend to be down for the struggle. Like, I was talking about him when they play football. Yeah, I don't want to play no football. He's making way more money not playing football and nobody having to hit him. He's making way more money doing that. Being a shill for the race baiters. That's his deal. So you don't have to believe me. I'm just a guy who decided to go do some research and look up what this guy actually said and did. You can keep feeling it in your heart, so you can keep pulling it out of your ass. That's cool. But you, like I said, like I told one of the commenters, you're entitled to your opinion. You're not entitled to your own facts. Get your facts straight so you know what you're talking about. And with that, guys, if you agree with me, great, cool. I'd love to hear from you. The comments back. And if you disagree with me, that's fine too. Look forward to hearing from y'all as well. But all this stuff about what a great guy Cap is, y'all can miss me with all that. You can miss me with all that. And I don't understand this need to get in his pants. I don't understand this. Why are some of you so weak? You have to have a black leader or somebody who's quote unquote speaks for us. Why don't you just be a man or a woman and stand up on your own and do your own deal? Why do you need somebody to speak for you? I don't get it. Anyway, with that, like I said, if you like it, thumbs up, share the video, comment on the video. I look forward to hearing from you. Hit that notification bell so you can find out when my new videos are coming out. Look forward to hearing from you about that as well. Hope y'all have a fantastic day. And for those of you Capernicks out there, I hope this helped answer some of your questions. Y'all take care.